Hi, my name's Corbett, and I'm one of the photo editors at Evolve. Along with Annie here, we'll be walking you through all the important aspects of shooting the exterior and interior of an Evolve vacation rental property. Keep in mind, the details may differ from other property shoots you've done. The quality of your photos has the potential to make or break the vacation rental listing. This video will help to make sure you always have successful shoots with us, and we hope the techniques we share will also be useful to you throughout your photography career. Unfortunately, if your photos do not meet our requirements, you'll have to reshoot the property without additional compensation. So please be sure to pay close attention throughout the entire video. The last thing we want is to waste your time or the homeowner's time. We're excited to have you with us. Let's get started. As you walk through planning your shot, keep in mind you need at least 30 unique photos, no matter the size of the property. Our listings can't go live without meeting this minimum. You'll need your tripod, camera with ultra-wide angle lens, a lens cloth, and a remote trigger, unless you're using a timer. Set up the tripod to about 4.5 feet in height. Ensure that your camera is level and never at a downward angle. Wipe your lens with a lens cloth. Set bracketing to auto exposure. Be sure to get at least 5 exposures with 2 stops of range between brackets. Set your mode dial to aperture priority at f8. Now that we're ready to start shooting, I wanted to mention aperture. We just discussed aperture priority mode when we were getting everything set up, and here's why. In order to keep everything in focus from the front of the room to the back of the room, you need a tight enough aperture to prevent a shallow depth of field. Set it somewhere between f8 and f11 and you'll be in good shape here. At f2.8, you'll notice that I am perfectly sharp, but Annie is blurry. Now at f8, the entire scene is in focus. The living room gives us an ideal opportunity to talk about showing the connections between each room. When choosing your angles, always try to show the entrances to other rooms or exits from the house. This is also an ideal opportunity to show stairways or other features outside of each specific space, in order to show the guest how one room leads to another. This helps them understand how the rooms are connected and how the house is laid out. Oh, hello again. In the bedroom, we'll be exploring ISO and why it's important to keep it at 400 or lower. The higher the ISO, the more the image quality is degraded. It also adds noise that cannot be removed during the editing process. Because you're on a tripod with a wireless remote or timer, a high ISO is unnecessary. Your shutter speed can be as slow as it needs to be to get the proper brightness. So let's get out of the way. Let Annie do the shot. Oh, sorry. I messed up the bedding. You should always make sure the sheets, comforters, and pillows are arranged nicely. It really makes a huge difference to how professional the property looks. Bathrooms can be particularly tricky places to shoot because there's often very little natural light. This can make achieving an accurate white balance difficult, so check to make sure the photos aren't overly warm. Using the different white balance presets in camera will get the white balance close enough, so be sure to check those for the best option. Your wide-angle lens will become particularly important in smaller rooms. It'll let you properly cover each room. Please do not ever use a fisheye lens. There are a few other things to remember in the bathroom. Open the shower curtain so travelers can see the fixtures. Make sure the towels are straight and tidy. Remove any unsightly or partially used toiletries. Spa quality items can stay. And perhaps most importantly, please make sure the toilet seat is down. It's just polite. Well, that wraps up our interior shots. Let's head outside. Now that we're outside, let's talk about what you'll want to include in exterior shots. Amenities like hot tubs, fire pits, or swing sets can be major selling points to travelers. So let's keep these in mind as you're composing your shots. You want to focus on angles that provide perspective and show where these are in relation to the home. Always include the garage as part of the exterior shots, even when it's detached. When shooting the front of the property, it's important to get both the house and the street in the same shot. This makes it easier for guests to find the property when they arrive. Annie's getting these last shots for us right now. Well, that wraps up our tutorial of shooting an Evolve property. I want to thank you for shooting with us, but we have one final thing to mention. You'll be the first Evolve team member to visit the property, so we're relying on you to confirm that our home meets our 4 property standards: safe, clean, guest ready, and as advertised. Your feedback can also help our writers create a more enticing property description, so don't hesitate to share your favorite things about the property. We'd love hearing about them. Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing your photos.